Now, sister, I want you to answer this honestly. Do you think if you were ugly, he'd give you a chance? I rest my case.
Stop giving ugly guys a chance. Stop it. Beautiful women giving ugly men a chance legitimizes them to other beautiful women. We have seen this time and time again. We've seen this with Pete Davidson. We see this with Clinton Kane. The minute you give an ugly guy a chance, it doesn't make, you're not any safer with the ugly guy. You're just going to get burned by an ugly guy, and then you're going to legitimize him to other hot girls.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're just going to get to the nitty gritty, okay? I feel like we have all been there. We've all done that. We've all dated someone who was not attractive, and they just kind of slither in like a little roach. They crawl in. Next thing you know, boom, they've multiplied your feelings for them. And next thing you know, you have an infestation. You have to deal with other people's reactions of seeing y'all together. And then they have the nerve to turn around and embarrass you. Let's get into this video.
Hot women are a social currency. I will say this until I'm blue in the face and you guys will never fucking listen to me. But if you are a beautiful woman, if you pour a lot into being beautiful, you need to treat that fucking seriously. That is commodified. That's commodified more than anything in this fucking world is commodified. Beautiful women are more commodified than anything that happens in this world. That the only thing that gives businesses legitimacy is whether or not beautiful women are involved. Ugly men have figured out a way to do the dance and check all the boxes that they think you want them to check, and it doesn't make them sincere. It means they're an ugly guy who figured it out, and he knows the minute he bags one baddie, the rest will just come rolling in. The odds that you get burned by an ugly guy versus a hot guy are so much higher because they have a chip on their shoulder. They have something to prove. And you dating him just opens up the floodgates for him to date other hot women. You are not safe. It is even more dangerous for you if you date an ugly guy. If you're like, oh, well, look at him, he's ugly, I didn't think I had to worry. No, you have to worry more than you've ever had to worry, bitch. An ugly broke guy too. If you're gonna date an uggo, make sure he's paying some bills, because Lord knows you're paying bills. I don't know a single hot girl who doesn't spend hundreds of dollars on being hot. Don't lie. Some of us spend more than others, but girl, it's expensive. I just spent $150 on my nails and my toes. Last time I had a hair appointment, it was $600 I just booked a facial and a body scrub tonight. That's gonna be another $300. Baby, that's not Monopoly money. That's not play around money. That's not haha fun time money. That's fucking money. Everything I just said in the last month of beauty expenses is over $1,000. And you're gonna let some uggo use you as a token to open up the floodgates for other beautiful women? That's what you're doing. He needs to be paying significant amount of bills. He needs to be spoiling you if he is ugly. I'm not saying that's not going to make him not pursue other beautiful women, and that you're not also going to be used as a token to open the floodgates for other beautiful women. But if you're dating an uggo and you're doing it for free, you don't know how this works. It's okay. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying, if you're going to date someone just for a love, haha, fun time dating, get as hot of a guy as you can. Get someone that you find hot, which is already difficult because also as women, a guy that we think is cute, we'll show our friends and they'll be like, okay.
I've dated so ugly, only a mother could love that face. One thing about me, two things for certain, I don't discriminate, especially when it comes to looks, but I've dug the bottom of the barrel before. He was so ugly that my mother, and my mom, she doesn't talk bad about people, she was like, he looks like a moose. I said to myself, you know what? I'm tired of getting played. You know, the guys that I date is, you know, good looking or whatever. Let me try to date the bottom of the barrel. I'm talking about ugly, ugly. This man ran me down all the way to my heels. You hear me? Buying me everything I wanted, courting me. He was just so sweet. So I finally decided to give him a chance. And I didn't fall in love with his looks because obviously he was like a piece of doodle in my butt crack. But I fell in love with how he treated me. And he still played me. Whole time, old dude had a girlfriend. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is the reason why I say what I say. Guys will make you feel like you are the only one. You are the apple of their eye. They don't see nobody else. They Stevie Wonder to the bullshit. And the whole time, they got somebody. So, like I said, never take your foot off these men's neck. Point blank, period. Sis really said he was a piece of doo-doo in her butt crack, like with the face of a moose. And she was, being nice and trying to give him a chance, giving him a little, pity puss. And he was playing her the whole time. Like, for those of y'all who don't realize, okay, being ugly has like subcategories. So if that means like being fat or being bald or like receding in the hairline, being broke, being old, all of those are like combinations that pretty much mean ugly as well. So keep that in mind if it applies to you. I'm pretty sure it does because most men are just not attractive in general, right? So let's get into some more.
Get the fuck off my page. You just a nosy bitch that don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself.
It's too late for Ariana Grande, but it's not too late for you, right? If you're a 10, do not date the ugly men. Do not, ever. This should not have this arguing over him. He started out grateful, okay? But now he's been with you a little bit of time. He's gone into delusions, okay? So he thinks that he is a 10 also. Or worse, he thinks he is special, okay? He thinks he's so great that he's able to pull 10s all the time, okay? Now what he's going to do is he is going to either try and get with another 10 and find a vulnerable 10, or he is going to go with a 5 and below, which is going to make you feel like shit, okay? No, he's not going to just embarrass you. He's going to break your soul. And you are going to feel 10 times worse because you had the ugly guy who you took pity on mess you around. Put your hands up if you've been personally victimized by an ugly guy.
That's so true. Is like the psychology of men is just different. They don't take it as like, oh, this was a once in a lifetime chance. I can't believe somebody so beautiful gave me a chance. Like, I have to lock her down. I have to make her my wife. Like, I want to give this lady some kids. I'm going to treat her so special because I understand that this is a once in a lifetime chance. Like, no, they don't think like that. They think, she makes me look good, which makes me feel good. And other people are giving me more attention than I've ever gotten, and eventually they stop associating that attention with you, and they start to think that it's all them. So they start thinking, well, I could just get another one of you because look at all the attention that I'm getting. And then they end up cheating on you with someone who's ugly, or they level up or get someone that's similar to you when they should have never even had access to that arena in the beginning.
You cannot give a guy a chance that you are not attracted to. It's not going to work. Like, anything he do is going to irritate you. You're going to be turned off. You're going to be like disgusted. Like, if you're giving a guy a chance that you finally just like, okay, let me just see what he's about. Let me just see, because he been chasing me. He has been consistent, like this, that, and the third, or whatever. You're just not attracted to him. Those be the ones that be doing you in the worst way. I can't speak for everybody because, like, I've experienced it twice, and it was just a no for me. I just kept complaining, and my friends just kept saying, my family just kept saying, like, just give it a try, like, he's a sweet person, this and that, and all those nopes and all those, like, I just can't do it, there's something about it, all turned out to be yes. This is exactly why I followed my first mind and my first intuition. Like, you're gonna find yourself unhappy, you're gonna find yourself cheating, you're gonna find yourself looking at other men, you're gonna find yourself not respecting the person, you're gonna find yourself doing things that you would never do if you was with a person that you wanted or you were attracted to. So I say always go for the person that you're attracted to, because this is just forced. And then when different outcomes happen, you be like, oh, I was just doing it because he was being nice and he was this and he was that. Like, no.
Ladies, follow me because I'm going to go fast. Don't you ever in your life give a man who has pursued you and you have consistently rejected a chance. Because men have egos. And rejection makes that ego take a hit. And a lot of men become vindictive when their ego has taken a hit. And one thing men are going to do for free is get their lick back. Men do not forgive. They do not feel like they have to. They feel like that is for women. And one thing a man can do is hold a grudge. There are a lot of men whose goal to make money was so they could go back and flex on all the women that rejected them. There are a lot of men who pose as friends for years to get an opportunity. An opportunity to do what, you ask? An opportunity to be your support system when you're down. To be your shoulder to cry on when you've had your heart broken. To be the man who uplifts you mentally, but mainly physically, when you're low. To be the man who you finally realize was the one all along, so that he can dog walk you for rejecting him. I can't tell you how many women have been devastated, heartbroken, had their emotions decimated by the man who presented himself as Prince Charming. And let me tell you, that was not an accident. It didn't just happen. He may not have consciously planned it, but he planned it. He knew what he was going to do if he ever got the opportunity. So I'm here to warn you to never give that man, because you've got one around you right now, don't ever give him an opportunity. The reason you're rejecting him is because your intuition knows what's coming. And the day we start trusting our intuition, ladies, is the day we will be a lot safer mentally, physically, and emotionally. There's a lot of you out here right now wondering if you should give that man a chance. You better not.
Her accent was like so soothing. But let's just go ahead and do this exercise right now, ladies. There are those very same men she's talking about in your DMs right now. Go block 3 of them. Go handpick, go block 3 of them. Go to your messages, the ones that you haven't even opened yet because it irritates you, the thought of even reading the full message, and block him. What is he there for? Are you getting a tax write-off for having access to the public, letting them, message you like you're like an OnlyFans model or something? Block them. Go ahead. I'm waiting, and let me know in the comments once it's complete.
Actually dating attractive men and adding them to my roster has really proven to be a life-changing experience. Now, I was someone that gave everybody a chance, okay? I was definitely one of those girls who I was like, I don't care if he's short, tall, if he's chubby, if he's a little overweight, if he doesn't have the six-pack, if he doesn't have everything. Like, I was one of those girlies, okay, where I gave everyone a chance. As long as you just had certain requirements, I gave you a chance. Like, we were going on a date, we had good conversation, maybe we didn't, but I gave it a chance. Now, when I realized that these same men who are not attractive are now getting all conceited or have ego boost or, just wanting to use me for clout, I just realized, why am I putting up with a man and all of his baggage, and it's not even someone I'm attracted to, and being put up and putting up with rejection and all this nonsense. I was like, I can deal with this with a good-looking guy, okay, who happens to be successful.
My mom said something to me the other day that I have not been able to stop thinking about. She was like, us as girls, we were trained from the time we were a little kid to like ugly men. Beauty and the Beast, Princess and the Frog. We're trained to pick these awful men and change them and make them our perfect prince. And they're not even cute. And she said one time she was talking to her guy friend about this, and he was like, that's just not how it works with us. If a girl's a total bitch, it does not make her any less hot in our eyes. She's still hot. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.
Stop crying over ugly men. Over the ugly men. Here's the thing. You are so loving and so giving and so caring that you are dating a guy who you're not even physically attracted to. There's nothing about him that excites you. There's nothing about him that when you see him, your knees get weak. But because you're so loving, so caring, and you look past all the bumps and bruises, and you know what you do? You stroke an ugly man's ego, and that's the most dangerous thing on this planet. A man that knows he's subpar, that's getting his ego stroked by you. You deserve a man that is head over heels, admires, adores, enamored with you. A man that knows that he's lucky just to share the same space. A man that brings out that inner flirt. But when you dress up an ugly man, when you make him feel like he's better than what he is, he will surely slaughter your emotions. He will slaughter your self-esteem because he knows he's inefficient. But with you by his side, he can forget about his inefficiencies. He'll be the one that starts to cheat. It's the ugly ones that don't have the money, that don't have the status, that are riding on your coattails, that are sent and designed to crush your self-esteem, to spend up the money in your bank account, to then go cheat on you with another woman. Leave these ugly dudes alone, and please stop crying over ugly men.
So you're an attractive who accidentally dated an ugly person. What do you do? Where do you go from here? Okay, as some of you know, I recently found out that my ex was secretly ugly. And, I've been cheated on before. I've been hit physically before. I've been hit emotionally before. And nothing hurt worse than finding out this information. Okay, and when I found out, I was all alone. And it was scary. And I never want anyone else to ever feel that way. That's why I started the UEC, the Ugly X Coalition. And a big part of the UEC is advocating against those ugly people who are committing those atrocities, okay? Because remember, someone being an ugly is a sign from the universe that they are bad vibes. They were created and given a face that is bad vibes, okay? It doesn't get any more apparent than that. So you need to remember, whatever these ugly people do, it is not your fault, okay? You are not responsible. You are not responsible for any of their ugliness, okay? You're not responsible for anything, as a matter of fact, because, you know, you're attractive. We love it here. But you also have to remember to educate yourself to be able to avoid these uggos in the future. Like, personally, my mistake was keeping it low-key. I should have been moving way louder, okay? Because then someone could have called me early and been like, hey, Bryce, you're with an uggo. And I would have been like, oh no, let me get out of this situation. I would have gotten out of there safely, unscathed, okay? But I'm very much scathed right now. Emotionally, I'm still having trouble processing this situation. All right, so make sure you talk to your friends, your family, you know, because otherwise that's how these uggos can really end. They can really keep you. And one of the most important things, okay, people always say, you can't go around calling your ex ugly because you dated them. What does that make you? Blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to them, okay? You can call your ex ugly as much as you want. Because you know why? Because your ex was ugly, all right? And you're not. And you shouldn't be punished by having to refrain from calling them ugly when they're ugly, all right? Like let's just be honest with each other, you know? And by the way, you know who started that narrative? Ugly people. You can't trust them. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He was funny, but I felt every word he was saying. Like, they be using emotional manipulation because physically they know they're not superior. So they have to play dirty sometimes. Unfortunately, we are targets. So, especially if you're a woman, because men come in ugly and way different, a lot of different forms. Most men think that women are unattractive if they're like older or overweight, but men can be ugly in so many facets. Like, financially, they could be ugly, like baggage wise. You have all these kids, like lack of ambition. A lot of things can make men ugly, like being sassy. I just got worked up. Let's just leave ugly men alone, okay, ladies? This is a safe space. This is a rehabilitation center. If you have detached from your uggo, as he said, leave it detached and don't pick up another one again, okay? They're like fleas, okay? Leave them alone. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.